Hey guys, welcome back to the Witch's Den. I'm Leica. So I did not do a crystal video on Monday. Today is actually Tuesday. I was super busy yesterday with children. So I thought I'd come on today and go ahead and do one. And today's crystal that I'm going to be going over is actually black tourmaline. Just going to kind of roll this around and let you see it. I love this stone. I actually acquired this stone because I run a lot, because I have the amount of children that I have in daycare and whatnot. We have a lot of electronics in our home that are constantly running. A couple lights that are on, like my crystal cabinet. I have like my little light on constantly on those. We have a TV that is on a lot for whether it's playing music or Pandora or whatever, or a video or whatnot. And then with that, of course, we have, our internet box that's constantly running. Sometimes the Xbox is on. Sometimes there's a DVD machine or the microwave's going because we're heating something up. Of course, you always have refrigerators going in your home and things like that. So lots and lots of electronics and things. Computers, cell phones especially are a big one. So they all put out this electromagnetic fields that kind of gets a little gunky in your house, and it puts off like this, I like to call it gunk. Well, black tourmaline actually absorbs that. It is actually it's actually electrical in nature itself. And so it kind of absorbs all that electromagnetic fields from all your electronics, cleaning out your system and purifying your house, basically. That's one of the reasons I got it. Another reason is it is really great for warding off like entities or negative negativity, negative people, things like that. So it is a really powerful grounding stone also. It can bring your connection between earth and the human spirit closer together, and we'll ground those. The energy will align and it'll center your body as well as channels healing light throughout the human system. I'm reading my notes. So ancient magicians actually relied on this to protect them from what they called earth demons during ritual practices. So what you can do if you're going to use this for like a protection stone during ritual, you can either just set one on your altar, or you can actually grab like 8 different pieces of tumbled ones or raw. I mean, I don't think it matters tumbled or raw. They have the same properties. It just kind of depends on what you like to look at, I think, and feel. So anyway, you can get like 8 stones and form a circle with those 8 stones and use them that way. Today, like I said, today they're known as a protection stone. It is a psychic shield that deflects and dispels negative energies and thoughts, entities, sorry, and destructive forces. It guards against radiation, like I was telling you guys, and the environmental pollutants that are in the air. And it is useful for highly purifying your home. It neutralizes your own negative thoughts. So if you're having like self-harm thoughts or just negative thoughts all around, internal conflicts, it'll turn all that stuff into positive vibes and energy. It'll promote a sense of power, self-confidence, and it allows yourself to be more objective as well and have an objective view about stuff. There was lots and lots of information when I was going to research all this and writing all my notes down that I didn't know that it could do. So, like I did not know it was a shamanic stone. Sorry, I had to move my drink. But it is. It's also used for scrying, and I wasn't aware of that. So that's really cool to know. It's used, like I said, used for protection for rituals. It's good for meditation and healing. It can soothe panic attacks that are associated with like closed off spaces, so like claustrophobia or dark spaces, and also spaces that become frightening to you. This will help with those panic attacks that you guys have. It also helps with feelings of or fears of being in like if you have a fear of going to the dentist or the doctor, it'll help with that. You can wear it for protection against, that'll help you against like a bunch of people that you have in your life that are like, I like to call them moaners or whiners, where they whine and moan about everything, and it just tends to bring a person down. Or those energy vamps that like to suck all the energy from you. Complaining neighbors, you know, a lot of emotions, people that have a lot of emotions that they're coming to you with, and it just kind of dumps all their negative and horrid emotions off onto you, especially if you're like an empath that you absorb that stuff. This will help block them out. It was a support stone, and is said to be a support stone for anybody that is a miner that likes to mine mines like diamonds, things like that. Or iron. Telephone people or telemarketers, computer people, cell phone people, all of that. It's good to support. This is a good support stone for them because it's, like I said, it stops the electromagnetic smog and the radiation from electrical equipment that you can get. It does strengthen the sense of your smell and enhances the perception of the pheromones that actually produce an aphrodisiac effect to it. So if you're wearing this, your sense of smell will be really heightened, and it can you can smell pheromones as well as it enhances your own pheromones in a like an aphrodisiac sort of way. So if you're one that likes to go out to like places and meet people like a bar or something like that, and you're looking, you know, for whatever, wearing this is gonna basically jumpstart your own internal pheromones that you give off naturally. So be careful with that. If you're not looking for, you know, to hook up with anybody or for a relationship, be careful. It is specifically also for motion sickness, and I can tell you that I carry some around with me. It's in my car, and because I have a little guy that tends to get sick if you're on long trips, and so it does help him. It will stimulate, this is stuff that I did not know, it will stimulate the reflex points of your lower back, your legs and your ankles, and your feet, and it can realign the spinal column. So it'll help relieve pain associated with strained muscles, numbness, arthritis, scar tissues. It can help strengthen your immune system, your heart, your adrenal glands. It is beneficial to help with your bowels, and if you have problems being constipated, it'll help with that. Irritable bowel syndrome, also known as IBS, colon diseases, and of course, because of its electromagnetic field blocker, it also helps relieve metal toxins from your body. So it does balance the right and the left hemisphere of the brain, which also helps align your chakras. So it'll help with the substance abuse, and it can help treat OCD and chronic worry. If you're one that's an OCD person, I can tell you that when I'm completely out of my mind and I'm being just absolutely ridiculous with my obsessive compulsive disorder, when it comes to cleaning my house and how things are placed, I can pick him up and hold him in my hand and play with him, and the worry and everything and all the anxiety goes away. So it does work for that. I can tell you from personal experience it works for that. Like I was saying, it is helping align the chakras. It actively will ground the base chakra, which is also known as the root chakra. It bounds it to it grounds it, not bounds, but grounds it to the center of the earth. So your base or root chakra is located at the base of your spine. Okay, and remember this also helps with spine. It's located at the base of your spine, and the foundation of your physical and spiritual energy in the body is all within that spine. So this helps with all of that. This stone I did not know was associated with some goddesses until I did some research. And it's got a few goddesses actually that like it. It's associated with and I'm hoping I'm doing these names right. Manat, M-A-N-A-T. She's an Arabian goddess of the waning moon, time, destiny, and death. It's also associated with the goddess Sybil, which is the Roman goddess and modern goddess of spring break and the earth mother that embodies the fertile earth. Aradia is another goddess. She's a Tuscany witch goddess. this can be associated with. And then there's also a Polynesian goddess of the night that this is associated with called, and bear with me because I'm really bad with names, Hine Nu Ti Po. So it's HINE hyphen NUI hyphen TE hyphen PO for anybody that's wanting to look those up. So black tourmaline, really good stone, guys. I wasn't aware of all the, like, helping with the heart and the spinal and the root chakra. I wasn't aware of that before. I wasn't aware of the benefits to, like, IBS and things like that. So researching stones and crystals, guys, I think actually is a really good thing for everyone to do, especially if you're practicing or you're really into crystals. It doesn't take a whole lot of information to go through. You don't have to know every single detail about it. I can tell you that there's no birthstone or official birthstone related to this. It is the stone of Libra, and can be associated with different aspects of Scorpio too. So, but really good stone. I like playing, and I play with all my crystals, but this is one that I play with on a regular basis just because I've noticed, being empathic and being a witch and pagan, that like I said, having all the electronics in my house that give off electromagnetic fields, I tend to get drawn in, depressed really easy, feel like I just off, and it's like all that gunk in the air weighing me down. So I have several Himalayan salt crystals that go in my house also. I burn a lot of incense, I burn a lot of candles, and I have, this is just the one I'm showing you, but I've got like 3 or 4 different ones. My papers just fell and knocked over stuff. 3 or 4 different ones set all over my house to help with that. And I honestly, in my belief system and from personal experience, it helps. It helps a lot. They do need to be charged. I charge mine during the full moon. And then if I think that they've absorbed all that they can absorb as far as the gunkiness goes, I always purify it in salt, and we'll charge it in salt. So you can do that with crystals as well. Just make sure that the crystals, some people want like to charge or purify with water. Some crystals like selenite will melt. So make sure that if you have crystals, that you make sure that you cross-reference and check to make sure that you can use salt, or you can use, earth, or you can use water to so that you don't harm your crystals. So, but there it is, guys. Black tourmaline. I hope I gave you guys some information that you weren't aware about and aware of. It is a really, really handy stone. I actually have a crystal cage. I don't have it in here, or I'd show you guys. But I actually have a crystal cage that I take, and I sometimes wear this inside the crystal cage. Most of the time I have my citrine on. I love my citrine. But this is actually a really good stone to have on hand too, just because it deflects and dispels negative entities and negative energies and energy vamps and things like that. It's a really good stone to have, especially if you have a lot of negative people in your life, or whiny people, or things like that. So go out and get you guys some. They're not really that expensive. It depends on how big the piece is. Here in Kansas, at the stores that I've shopped at, I've paid anywhere from 50 cents for a piece smaller than this that's tumbled to $2. So I think it just kind of depends on the shop and the shop owners and what they want to list them as. But there you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry I didn't get this out to you on Monday, but hey, better late than never, right? That's my saying. So I will let you guys go. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and blessed be, guys. Bye.